Okay, I'm Erin Gruitt. I'm an occupational therapist in Canada, and I'm here today with Cheryl Manning, who's an occupational therapist in the States. And today is World OT Day. So we thought that we would come together to bring you this special gift. um, so I knew that morning routine was important. I've known this for a while. It doesn't mean that I've always had a morning routine or stuck to a morning routine. But when I do follow a morning routine, I feel better. And it wasn't until when recently, when I was talking with Cheryl, that I figured out why it's so important. So Cheryl's going to share with us what happens in our brain when we have a morning routine. And then I'm going to share with you my quick and easy morning routine that you can get started on right away.
Yeah, so it's actually fascinating. If you can understand your brain waves a little bit, you can actually optimize those to have better days and better nights. And I actually, like Erin, I haven't known this a long time either, but when I discovered the science behind the importance of having a morning routine and even like having an evening routine, I was blown away by how powerful the science was. And both Erin and I have had a chance to put it to the test.
Yeah.
So you want to take advantage of your theta brain waves. And your theta brain waves happen naturally the first 15 minutes when you wake up and the last 15 minutes or so right before you fall asleep. And why that's important is because when you are in a theta brainwave state, you actually have more access to your unconscious mind. And for neural plasticity and brain rewiring and, trying to create new pathways really neurologically. And so when you can tap into the subconscious mind, that's where you can do it a lot easier. So in your subconscious mind, that's where you hold your long-term memory, your habits, your protective responses, a lot of your emotions. So it's a really powerful place. It's said that you operate like 90% out of your subconscious mind, and only 10% is actually your conscious mind, right? So, and so if you could tap into that time when your brain is the most neuroplastic, that is during your theta waves. So that's why it's really important to optimize that time. Otherwise, you can actually skip right over it. So I think it's really common for people when they wake up in the morning, they grab their phone to turn off their alarm. And then they're like, oh, I'm going to check my email, my text. Let's see what's going on social media or the news. And then all of a sudden you're just like, thrown right into actually you skip over some brain waves, you skip over your theta, and you go right into your beta waves. If you jump right on your phone right away in the morning or even before you're going to sleep at night, beta is where you're actually problem solving and you're really pushing through and you can be productive. It's also where you are when you are in fight or flight. So if you are trying, it's very hard when you're in beta wave to make any habit change or, develop new routines, or it's your brain is not very neuroplastic during that time. So it's a hack really to optimize your theta waves the first 15 minutes and the last 15 minutes of your day. And what I find when I actually practice these this time of the 15 minutes in the morning, 15 minutes at night, I find that my days, I set my nervous system up, and just my days seem to be more smooth and I'm more regulated. And then I also find myself having better night's sleep when I'm using this little hack.
Yes, I love this hack because the other day I woke up, I don't usually sleep with my phone in my room. I woke up, my phone was there. I looked at it, I had messages, and then you and I were chatting that day and I was like, I'm just off. And you told me about these brain waves and I was like, that's what happened. Like it was just I knew that like I was having an off day. I was like responding to everybody else's messages. I wasn't living life how I wanted to live it. I was just being reactive. And I was, in a sense, in that fight or flight phase. I was a little more anxious, feeling uneasy, easily frustrated. And so for the last few days, I've been back on my routine and following this, like the importance of this 15 minutes in the morning and 15 minutes at night.
Mhm.
And it's changed how I feel. I'm not in that fight or flight, which is so important. So I follow the miracle morning and it's super simple. Um, it's savers. So S is for your silence, A is for your affirmations, V is visualizations, E is exercise, R is reading, and S is scribing. And I follow their app. It's really easy. It takes me 15 minutes to just go
Wow.
through it. I know, 13 to 15 minutes. So they've really got it figured out, um, as to how much time we need to, like for our brain optimization. So I do that in the morning. Takes me 15 minutes. I incorporate some stretching, or I take the dog for a walk. I follow their visualizations and their affirmations, or like sometimes I'll use this coffee self-talk, or I'll find some affirmations and just write down some affirmations that make me feel good and empowered. So um yeah, that's what I've been doing. What about you, Cheryl?
So, I am still a work in progress as well. So I'm really trying hard, especially those 15 minutes in the morning, at first. But I like to do something that's life-giving. I like to read. I like to read my Bible. I like to journal, or write down gratitudes. So
Yeah.
something I'm grateful for. And when I feel like when I'm looking for things I'm grateful for, I'm also like shifting my focus to think about something positive versus looking for the negative, because I feel like your
Mhm.
brain is going to find what you're looking for. So gratitude is really important to me in my first 15 minutes of the day. And actually, even in the last 15 minutes, I do sometimes keep a little journal next to my bed, and I'll just, scribe. That's part of the scribe part that you were talking about.
Mhm.
Write a few things that I'm thankful for. And I feel like that is great because that switches my brain over to thinking about what I'm really thankful for instead of ruminating on the problems and the thoughts and, all those, especially those mom things like, okay, I'm finally laying down now. My brain is quiet. I can try to solve all the world's problems. I don't know if anybody else has that.
Oh
Um,
yeah, in 15 minutes.
but when I write some gratitudes down, or read right before bed, that can be so helpful
Mhm.
for optimizing those theta waves.
Yeah. Happy Global OT Day, or Global Day of Service,
Yeah.
to all of you from two OTs.
Yep. DJ.